The FBI interviewed Clinton and others, voluntary interviews, with ground rules, negotiated by defense counsel and DOJ prosecutors. Agents summarized the interviews on FBI Form 302. No statements under oath, no transcripts, no recordings, no grand jury testimony. Critics believe FBI Director Comey and Attorney General Lynch went easy on Team Clinton.
When you want to investigate crimes involving national security information, classified information, you don't do interviews. You issue subpoenas to witnesses, third parties for documents. You make people come into court and fight them in front of a federal judge. And he grants immunity to a number of people who never should have been granted immunity. They should have been thrown in front of a grand jury, forced to take the fifth, and then continue the investigation. Director Comey didn't do that.
Comey was asked why not by Congressman Tom Marino, a former federal prosecutor.
Let me ask you guys, we both impaneled many grand juries, investigative grand juries. Why not impanel an investigative grand jury?
I need to steer clear of talking about grand jury use in a particular matter.
Comey did not reveal there was a grand jury. That fact was kept secret until the IG report. In it, we learned that federal prosecutors did impanel a grand jury, but, and this is important, they chose not to use all of the grand jury's investigative muscle. The grand jury was used to obtain search warrants and subpoenas for evidence. However, no witnesses or potential targets of the investigation were subpoenaed, and no witnesses or potential targets testified before the grand jury. Why not? Prosecutors told the IG that not calling any witnesses before the grand jury was common in such cases because doing so would require jurors learn classified information. But before introducing classified information to the grand jury, prosecutors must obtain approval from the agency that classified it, and that getting such approval could be an uncertain and lengthy process. The IG also found that the presidential campaign was a consideration. DOJ official David Luffman, who supervised the prosecutors, worried a Clinton subpoena might leak to the media and would be used for political purposes. So no subpoena and no grand jury testimony for Clinton. Instead, she made an appointment for a voluntary FBI interview with ground rules. Her attorney, David Kendall, negotiated the parameters of the interview with DOJ prosecutors. It was not an intense, sphincter-tightening interrogation one would experience with an aggressive prosecutor.
She wasn't even Mirandized. You had federal agents who had reason to believe the person sitting in front of them had committed a crime. And through the lawyering of David Kendall, what should have been a subject interview under oath of Mrs. Clinton turned into a coffee and donut session. And when she sat there and said she could not remember more than 30-some-odd times, it doesn't pass the giggle test. No one in their right mind would believe that.
I'm so frustrated with the system. There was so much evidence there to indict, and it wasn't done.
DOJ prosecutors never gave the grand jury a chance to indict Clinton. Only one reason for that, according to Mark Levin.
They had to protect Hillary Clinton because she would have and should have been indicted.
DOJ and FBI officials denied politics was involved. We'll analyze the IG's finding on that score in our next report. This is John Spiropoulos reporting.